Hi there everybody. Today we're going to learn how we can deploy a web application which is created using Django in a platform called Railway. So for those of you guys who is completely unaware of the existence of Railway, it is a platform in which you can host servers, database, etc. So with that being said, let's get into the main part of the video. So as you can see here, I'm having my Django project right here with the name of project, inside of which I am having a single application called app. So first of all, let's take a look at the urls.py. In URLs, I'm having three URLs. The first one is the Django admin URL, which is added by default. The second one is a home URL, which is added by me, which is directing to this function called home function, inside of which I am just rendering a home.html file. So we'll see what home.html file has. In home.html file, I'm loading the static file first of all, which is very important. If you want to add any CSS or JavaScript files onto your HTML, you should have this line. Otherwise Django is going to give you errors. Now, after linking this CSS called home.css and home.javascript file, inside the body, I'm having an h1 tag and a script tag, inside of which I am invoking this onload function after the loading of the body tag. Okay, so let us take a look at the static files. The static files are situated inside the static folder, inside CSS and JavaScript respectively. In home.css, I'm giving red color to all the h1s. Now in JavaScript file, we're having this onload function being declared. This is doing nothing but just printing out hello world onto the console. So if you are thinking, why am I having all the CSS and JavaScript files just to do this small task? This is nothing, just I'm simply demonstrating that you can use HTML, CSS and JavaScript file simultaneously in a Railway app, and I'll show you how you can link all the static files properly. So in order to do that, first of all, let's go to the settings.py. Okay, after completing the URLs part, we are going to settings.py. So this settings.py is a very important part of a Django project. You have to make everything right in here in order for a successful deployment. Now the first thing I gotta do is just change this debug from true to false. This is because we're converting this from a development environment onto a production environment. So in a production environment, we don't have to we don't want to get long tracebacks of errors or many other things, so make sure that you have this debug false. Now in allowed host, I am having just a star, okay, and this is representing nothing but all the domains are possible. We're not restricting any domains for this particular website because in Railway, we are running the Railway on a free domain, in a free service, I guess. So we won't be able to control the domain, or the domain which we are going to receive is something large, and we don't know about that. So putting this would be the safest decision right now. Now in installed application, you should add all the applications inside your Django. In my case, there is only one application, that is app. If you're having more than one application, you should add everything here. Now in templates, as you can see, I have added this template folder. In my case, the templates are stored inside the templates folder. So I'm having this right here. Now after that, make sure that you have these three lines in your settings.py. So I think this first line is going to be there by default in the settings.py. These two lines should be added by the user explicitly. Now make sure that this is the same, because as you can see, the static files, all the static files are situated inside the static folder. And if you're wondering about why static files, I'll show you later, because for the production environment or in Railway, for the static files to be loaded, we have to change all the issues, or you have to copy all the static files onto a folder called static files, which we are going to do in a second. So before doing all of that, we need a package called GUnicorn, something like that. You should spell it correctly, I'm sorry. GUnicorn. Oh my god. GUnicorn. Okay, pip install GUnicorn. Good. The requirement is already satisfied. I don't think it is going to be satisfied for you, so you have to install that. Now after that we need a requirements.txt file containing all the libraries or modules which we need for this Django project to run. So in order to do that, write out this command, requirements.txt. okay, now yeah, here is our requirements.txt. Now after that we need another file called runtime.txt, which is going to have the Python version in which our Django product is running. So in order to have that, Python version runtime.txt. okay, so just add a hyphen here if it's possible. I think it is important, so just add it here. Now after that, one more thing should be added. That is a proc file, inside of which you should have this particular line, and this should be replaced with your project name. In my case, the project name is project. If your project name is something like QWE, it should be added. In my case, it is project, so I'm gonna keep it like this. Now we have talked about static files. In order to copy all the static files from this static folder to a new folder called static files, we should have this. So in order to get that, Python manage.py collect static. Okay, 132 static files copied to static files. Okay, very good. So since we have done all of this, we are pushing this code onto a repository onto our GitHub. So I'm pushing here. Okay, ready to deploy. So this is very important. You have to push your code onto GitHub because Railway is very much closely linked to your GitHub. So you should have the code in one of your repositories so that Railway would be able to fetch your code and deploy it. So it is very important. Now ready to deploy. I'm pushing this. Okay, good one. Now in Railway platform, you should either log in or sign up. It's according to you. In my case, I am going for the GitHub. Okay. Now inside GitHub, so yeah. Okay, so in my case, I'm having one project right here. For you, it may not be there, so you can create a new project from here. So in my case, since I'm having one, I'm going to select this one and right click GitHub repository and choose the repository in which your code is existing. In my case, it's Django Railway. Now, yeah, I think it is building. Yeah, it is building. I think it's gonna take a little while, so let's wait. So after a small wait, as you can see, there's a little success message. So currently it is not deployed. The web application is built, but we don't really have a domain to host this. In order to generate a domain, just go to the settings, and here you can generate a domain, and by requesting to generate a domain, it will be generated. So just open it. Now you can see it will say not found. Don't worry, just keep on refreshing it. Refresh, 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 refresh. Okay, refresh, refresh, refresh. Well, we'll just copy this. We'll go to incognito tab, paste it here. Not found, not found, still not found, still not. No, yeah, no. Okay, still it's not found, but it is found because this not found is coming from our Django application, not from Railway anymore. So let me try this in this browser itself. Maybe it should come. Okay, yeah, it's coming. Okay, nice. So let's go to our home URL. Okay, so yes, we can see it is red in color, which means our CSS is also loaded. And if you go to console, there is hello world also, which means JavaScript is also loaded. So we currently have our HTML, CSS and JavaScript loaded, and everything is working just fine. So this is how you can deploy your Django application onto a railway platform. And one more thing, this looks so good. Okay, the UI is so sleek, is very good. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, and I hope this was helpful for you. And yeah, I'll be putting the link to my GitHub repository for this code if you want to just look up. You're welcome, and I'll be happy. Okay, so don't check for this website anymore. I think I'll be taking down this website because obviously I've seen the secret key and everything. So thank you. Until next time, goodbye.